In the Shaolin martial arts, if you're from the East, you're not supposed to divulge temple secrets to something known as the Gaiji, right?
Okay. Okay.
When Bruce Lee came, he revealed the secrets openly to the Gaiji.
Okay.
We think Gaiji just translate as foreigner,
Okay.
but it's really they don't want y'all the ones that's trying to work their way where they have ascension rights.
Okay.
They've been suppressed for so long, they have to develop certain of their own skill sets. That's
Okay.
why the same reason he wasn't supposed to teach them martial arts, the same reason the Grammys ain't got nothing to do with us.
Okay.
It's
Okay.
the same reason because they have to figure out a form of self-defense. You have to figure out how to use the throat chakra, the heart chakra, and the crown chakra.
Okay.
Before, if they tried to do anything that required the upper four chakras, they would short circuit.
Man, go ahead.
So when they short circuit, they end up either being like Stephen Hawkins. That means that their mental capacity has exceeded the ability to balance out with their creative potential.
Okay.
Right. So you got two sides of the brain. We operating in a world where only the left brain is cultivated and the right brain is suppressed. But you got some people whose right brain you can't suppress. So this is why it seems like only certain people gets into the music, arts, and entertainment. Because when you can't suppress it, they already know who they is, the salt of the earth. Old Mississippians. Right? Your Kukulcans and your Quetzalcoatls and your Chief Solo. Right? So because of that, when he started openly teaching, he thought because he married Guy G and he got a right to teach his children that he can transfer the right to her side of the family. But Bruce Lee wasn't dead. He was he was extracted and resigned to the temples in the mountains of China, but we think he did.
Yeah, because they did a whole bunch of Chinese movies did come out after supposedly he like a lot of movies that he did that was in China that was recorded that came out after.
Yeah, they told us in it was a guy named, they call him Bruce Lee. He used to make movies like he was Bruce Lee. Remember him?
Yeah, Bruce Lee.
Some of his movies is telling you bits and pieces of the secret.
What?
They telling it to you in theatrical performance. You got to always remember when you watch Bruce Lee, he's imitating Bruce Lee as if Bruce Lee was present, right? And then the old Shaolin masters, this shit that they think this is martial arts now, that's not martial arts. That's ballet.
Go ahead.
Even MMA is not martial arts.
That's right.
But MMA was the Guy G's development of a fighting technique thanks to the Gracies.
Go ahead.
Right? Out of Brazil, and the Capoeira out of Brazil, being the two leading forms of martial arts that drew him into what's now known as UFC or MMA, mixed martial arts.
Okay.
Right? And that go back, if you go watch Jean-Claude Van Damme, first movie, First Blood. That's what the movie is about, developing skills. If you look at where they bringing all of the people from, wasn't supposed to be nobody look like us there.
Go ahead.
And all of the highest ranking triads and it's another group over there too. Yakuza. All of those were the elders from those are the real F you up martial artists. But all that
Drunken
stuff
master.
came from us. That's called temple defense science.
Like Montu, what they call it, ancient Kemet, right? The Montu art form.
Yeah, where you see it's all martial arts is painted all through the hieroglyphs.
That's right.
Right, because we needed to know that we invented that shit. When we go into a Kali Yuga and come out, we won't know that.
Go ahead.
Unless we left it etched in stone.
Man, this is what I was trying to figure out today too, Rod. And I'm gonna ask you another question after this, but so do the like the black belt, all the different color belts, do they have something to do with like the chakras, since it's connected to like the okay, all right.
No, the rank is just the ranking system. Those colors was instituted by the elders. They all have like you can get a brown belt that break off a black belt.
Okay, yeah.
The one of the highest ranking martial artists in the world, I don't know if you remember this, is Wesley Snipes.
Yeah, Wesley Snipes. Hold on, Wesley Snipes.
Look, Wesley had a ceremony on public TV.
Go ahead.
And masters you seen on there that was in the audience, they don't do demonstrations. They will F you up. They don't go do demonstrations. The ones doing demonstrations, that's the highest level of the ballet, but it can easily at that point be converted into combat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But they gave him those sashes.
Mm-hmm.
You don't get them until you get to a certain level. And the masters that came out for the support of Wesley Snipes, they don't come out.
Wow.
At all. What kind of guys this is making these people come out?
Yeah, the blade,
when they be talking, when you hear them talking about all of these dudes as fake martial artists, you never hear them call Wesley a fake martial artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's because he the real deal. Michael Jai White, the real deal.
Oh yeah, I know about him for sure.
But he ain't Wesley Snipes. He talk about he can whoop Bruce Lee, but I ain't heard him say he can whoop Wesley.
No.
Wesley getting up in age now, but that don't mean nothing if he's still doing his katas and he's keeping his joints moving. It won't matter. It won't matter. He'll end it so fast, the average fighter won't know what happened. It's just the way it is. Jim Kelly was just a show martial artist. He wasn't the real deal.
Okay.
He was a theatrical performer pretending to be a martial artist. Most of the people that you see practicing martial arts in the dojos, they only learn in ballet. They're not learning the actual art.
Yeah, to really hurt, like really put you down.
Right. You know, like we know Tai Chi, but we don't know that Tai Chi Chuan is Denmark when it's used in its warrior capable method.
Okay.
But you have to go through a different set of training to go from kinetic meditation to actual combat with it. But if you know the combat part of Tai Chi, you the master of the death touch. You can break them off with one touch. It don't even have to be a punch. Contrary to popular opinion.
Like the Kill Bill, where they showed like she went to the Shaolin monk and she taught her how to do like a like what kind of like some kind of punch that you could kill somebody with 5 punches, or what is it, the 5-finger death punch or something.
Yeah.
So that's something like what they couldn't really reveal unless you go through those schools. You couldn't learn how to do that 5-finger death punch and all that type of stuff.
The real 5-finger death punch is it'll paralyze you.
Yeah.
And if you use it right, it'll cause swelling in the brain. That'll cause a stroke. Well, if the master that administer it, he hits you with certain key meridians, and it'll just paralyze you, and you have every appearance of death, but you'll still be alive. Serpent in the rainbow, same shit, different technique.
Eyeball
Right.
snatching out shit.
Remember in Serpent and Rainbow, they was making zombies in Haiti and they blew this dust on them made out of pufferfish venom. Then they die appear to be dead. They have no vital signs, but they're not dead. As soon as the poison run its course, the body resumes its normal function, and most people wake up in the grave. And this is where you get your zombie fairy tale from.
Yeah, from that.
Ain't no dead zombie. Look, ain't no dead zombie with no decaying muscles and jaw falling off finna do nothing to you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You hit him with spit on him and he'll fall in the crumble. Right. So that's the zombie come from in Badoon. It's called the Zumbe. Right. But that's another topic. That's getting us off topic. But the same method they use in the movie is they use the chemical in the movie, but they know how to use meridians in the arts, in the martial arts, the real stuff, not the ballet. You always got your artistic form and your combat form. That's why they call it the art of war. Because the ballet in the art of war is perception of how to read the battlefield and just positioning key players in key positions until you have the war won without even fighting.
Yeah, that's it. We're gonna get into that. All the war and all that. And of how. All right, so we're talking about mental warfare. We're gonna get to the questions from the audience. We're talking about mental warfare here, and we just tying it in with physical. Just the command two art form. Now, what is the spiritual side, or the side that made Bruce Lee so electrifying and made him so? It wasn't just that what he did, like the moves that he did. He had something mentally, because if you listen to him talk, he almost sounded like a prophet. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Lee. Some of the things that he was saying, like you could tell the Shaolin teachings that he learned.
Level of martial arts when he developed his own style called Jeet Kune Do, the way of the intercepted fist, right? It's a defensive martial arts. Only people doing defense is us.
Go ahead.
He one of us. He just lighter skinned than us.
Yellow man, like Elijah said.
Right. If you go to Google, type in General Li. He's a general like us, dark like us, nappy hair like us. And most of those that's heavy in the martial arts like that is his descendants. Right. The pronunciation of the word Lee can be spelled several different ways in the transliteration from Chinese or Mandarin into English.
Right. L-I-L-E.
Yep. L-E-E, L-Y-E.
Yeah.
Right. So we use the name Lee because we got an ancient blood contract with them, a blood right, earth right contract with the people of Asia. We got a different type of contract with the people of Australia, New Zealand, and the Tongan Islands, South Pacific. But every one of the contracts has surfaced to call forth, because we all when you see Tahuti, there is no one nation that can call him. They have to be a concerted effort. Everybody had to call at the same time for the same purpose. They can't solve the problem. That's why it takes so long for age to close. Right? We've been closing the age since the dark ages of Europe.
That's right.
But everybody was fighting each other. So they could never come to a general consensus to call for somebody to find out what the problem is. Because this white supremacy shit kicking our ass. They don't even know it's a war strategy. Everybody think it's about skin color. It got nothing to do with skin color. That's the sleight of hand being used to deceive you.
So back to the part where Well, how Bruce Lee, what did he like? All them quotes and all those shit, like he said, "Be water, my friend," and all these different things that he used to quote. To me, like I said, when I listened to him, he sounded like a prophet. So,
well, you got to remember, he was he stayed all of the martial arts Shaolin monks study Buddha and Confucius.
yeah, okay.
So if you being saturated with wisdom teachings, you're gonna speak wise. That's why they gave us schools, so we won't teach wisdom teachings. We'll teach ignorance teachings.
Go ahead.
Right? They systematically arrest our development at 6 years old, so we think we grown, but we running around a 6-year-old mentally in an adult body. So many problems come from that. So many problems come from that. When anytime you mentally arrest the mental development of a people and make them act like children, they're gonna be easy for the adults to control, but hard as hell for the other kids to keep them in line.
Hey, somebody got a question for you, Rod. It says, I guess this might be off topic. It says, question for Rod: who are the Canaanites and their God Yahweh? Go ahead.
Go look up the name Canaanite. We already know Yahweh is Enlil.
Go ahead.
Right? Yeah. Yahweh is the God that he ain't the God of the Moabites. Their God name was Chemosh. Right? And some of the other tribes didn't accept him. So you have the ones who was loyal to Al Shaddai, right? Which is one of Enki's sons. Then you got the ones that was faithful to the one that they translate as Lord, Baal Hadad, one of Enlil's sons. So you got more than one God all scattered all through the Bible. But then you got the referee saying, if I'm a referee these games, I'm not going to be seen in public. And I'm going to teach them to arrest the inner God by using my name, Amen, at the end of their prayers. Right? Because that's establishing the loyalty to Amen, the unknown God, and it's also telling your inner God to remain unknown. It's a dual conjure. Remember the Scottish Rite 32-degree double head vulture. You see both ways. It's a two-sided conjure, a double-head beast, a two-headed dragon, able to hit you high and hit you low at the same time. You know what I'm saying? The fire dragon and the ice dragon. One freeze you and the other would melt you.
Can you talk about Anunnakis and music concert like back in the day as a related to today performance from the 70s era? Can you talk about? Okay, go ahead.
Look. If you're not listening to, okay, let me put it like this: the Earth style of music is the only music of its kind in the known universe. It might be something similar in the unknown universe, but the type of music that we create on the Earth comes from right brain mitochondrial resonance, feminine arcing from the man to the woman. Either one can become what they call a muse, which is the root word to music, to inspire songs from the heart. Right? When we need these people to be able to sing from the diaphragm with an active heart and throat chakra. This is the Grammys. Right? We need them to be able to be theatrically inclined so that they can create characters like kids on the playground, right, playing cops and robbers. We call them, those are the Oscars. That had nothing to do with us. That's why they didn't want us in it. We thought they was discriminating against us. But while we was fighting the Ganja war, they was allowed to have whatever kind of government they wanted to have and to celebrate their own self and their own beauty standards. And we thought that that was excluding us when there is no comparison in us and anybody else in the known universe.
That's right. That's right.
So why in the hell